Hi, this is Joby Provido, and you're listening to Contemplating the Rosary, where we talk about how to pray the Holy Rosary even better. In 104 episodes, over 4 seasons, we will explore a method of how to say the Rosary the way Pope St. John Paul II, Pope Paul VI, and other Rosary advocates recommend, and that's by contemplating the mysteries while we say the Our Father, Hail Mary, and Glory Be. This podcast is based on the book Beyond the Veil, Contemplating the Mysteries of the Holy Rosary, available at Lazada in the Philippines and in print or Kindle on Amazon, wherever you are. Visit kindlingspress.com for more information and where you can read and download the episode guide. This is episode 43 of the series, the 15th episode of season 2. It's nice to have you back here listening in on how we can pray the Rosary the contemplative way. Today, we'll explore the second sorrowful mystery, the scourging at the pillar. We won't have a specific theme today. Instead, we'll try to imagine the scene well as a way of contemplation or putting ourselves in the scene. Let's do something different today. This time, let's see the events as they unfold through the eyes of Claudia Procula, the wife of Pontius Pilate. So let's put ourselves in her place. You are awakened by the sounds outside the house. There seems to be a mob clamoring. You hear different voices, angry voices. You open your eyes and take in the first breath of air. The air is dry and crisp. The sun is shining brightly, but it is a cold 16 degrees centigrade or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside the house, it is even colder, so you cover yourself with a shawl. You've had very bad sleep last night. There was a terrible dream that kept waking you up. You dreamt of Jesus, the miracle worker. It wasn't he who disturbed you, but the scenes he was in. For some reason, it bothered you and kept you staring in bed. After getting up, you look out of the window to check what the commotion outside is all about. There, you see your husband already holding an audience with the high priest. From the distance, you can see the soldiers of the high priest holding a man in shackles. You can't believe it. It is Jesus who you dreamt of last night. Very quickly, you summon a servant to bring you paper and a writing instrument. You write a quick note telling your husband not to have anything to do with this man, Jesus. But it seems your plea is too late. The wheels are too far in motion for you to influence any of the events. You now can see the man in your dreams being brought to the courtyard of the army commander. There, the praetor is waiting for the prisoner, and behind him a cohort of soldiers, which is about 480 soldiers. The commander receives the prisoner and removes his shackles. Then he motions a soldier beside him, who understood the gesture, and that soldier undresses Jesus completely. And the natural reaction of anyone who is exposed is try to cover as much as possible. But before Jesus could do anything, the soldiers reattached the shackles, and so Jesus could not even instinctively cover up. You've read some of the Hebrew writings, and you think when Adam realized that he was naked, at least he had fig leaves to cover himself with. Here in the praetorium, Jesus in this situation could not even cover himself at all. The soldier grabs the shackles and leads Jesus to a broken stone pillar, where there is a metal hook. And he then attaches the center of the shackles to the hook so that Jesus is hunched and his back exposed. From the window, you want to shout and stop whatever is happening, but it isn't your place. So you quietly watch in horror when the commander motions not one, but 2 soldiers to flagellate Jesus. Every time a lash lands on the back of Jesus, you have to close your eyes. But even with your eyes closed, you hear the sound of the metal barbs at the tips of the whips hit the body of Jesus. At one point, you turn your head away because this has been going on for too long, you think. After a while, you notice that the space in between the scourging is becoming longer and longer. Maybe the soldiers are getting tired. So you look back at the courtyard of the praetorium and notice that in between the lashes, Jesus seems to be looking around. Maybe he is. Maybe at this moment of intense torture, he is looking for a friendly face, a sympathetic face, a familiar face. But none of the Jews are in the praetorium because of some religious reason they don't want to defile themselves. And so Jesus doesn't find a friendly face, not one face that can give him momentary reprieve from his suffering. But he looks your way. He sees you are watching from the window. You try to be that friendly face. You look straight into his eyes, and with only your eyes, you tell him how sorry you are to be watching this, how much you want to join his passion and share his grief. For some reason, you think he understands you. His eyes pierce your soul and leave a message there. Thank you. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for accompanying me in this passion. Thank you for being the sympathetic face I need at this time. This brief encounter lasts for just a moment. You hear the whip again, and you witness the face of Jesus wince in pain. But this time, you no longer look away. You stay with Jesus. You stay there until the end. Even if you are far away, you are with Jesus, who one day you will call Lord when you are converted to the way of Christianity. By contemplating on this mystery, we can put ourselves in it. While we are there, let's accompany our Lord in His passion. Let's just be there with Him. Let's be that familiar face that can provide comfort. Every tiny gesture of love helps. It's just like being with a friend going through tough times. You don't need to do anything, but your friend feels safer, feels assurance, simply just because you are with him or her. And let's be that friend for the Lord in this mystery. I think this is a good place to end this episode. Let's pick things up again in the following 2 seasons. Don't forget to like this episode, click the subscribe button and the notification bell icon so you'll be notified when the next episode drops. As always, this podcast is brought to you by thecatholictalks.com and kindlingspress.com, where you can read more articles on the Catholic faith and find more books on Catholicism. This has been Joby Provido. I'll say goodbye for now, and please join me again next time when we can learn to pray the Rosary better. Bye-bye.